Yeah. Awesome. Data Day Seattle 2016, and look who I have here with me. It's the incomparable Charity Majors. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
very nice to be here.
Yeah, she looks so coy about that. Like, really, please, no. But believe me, I could ask anyone. I've got Michelle Casbon, incomparable, like amazing. Yeah. This person right here,
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
So you're making me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. Okay, I take all that back. So you're visiting from the Bay Area.
Yes.
I know you've been in Seattle before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Seattle.
Yeah, it's a cool town. It's crazy. I came from Austin, and I see these trams and trains, and I feel like I'm in the future. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because we have nothing. We don't even have freaking Uber.
Also, it's like 100 degrees where you're at right now.
So imagine standing out waiting for a taxi in 101 degrees. Not a fun proposition.
No.
So poor us. You are the co-founder of honeycomb.io and a world-class engineer. And the reason I wanted to stop you is because Honeycomb.io is new.
Yes, very new.
Exciting. So
and the name is especially new.
Okay.
It was hound.sh. That was kind of our working name right up until we really just did the rename in the last week or so.
Oh, real new.
We love the name because Honeycomb it's about structured data, right? Mm-hmm. Structured data and hardworking little bees on your behalf who are generating these amazing little sweet bits of data for you to go find.
I like it.
So not to get all marketing kind of I don't know. I feel less markety than philosophical about it. It's honeycomb. Yes, it suits us. But I'm really excited about the new name. Honeycomb has been around for about 6 months now.
Okay.
We started up about the end of the year. Mm-hmm. My co-founders and I, we all left Facebook. Okay. We were acquired by Facebook. Mm-hmm. While we were at Facebook, we fell in love with Scuba, which is they've published white papers on it. It's unique. Never used anything like it. Mm-hmm. And when I decided, it's time to go back to Startup Land, where I really, that's my place. I started looking around. And I'm like, I don't want to have to live without this tool ever again. Yeah. But surely there's something in open source land or software as a service that I can use. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
No.
There's not.
No, there's not. And frankly, to be perfectly honest, I hate monitoring. I hate metrics. I hate graph. I hate it. So this is a project born personally out of rage, anger. I'm going to fix this for once and for all. We're going to do it so it never has to be done again. No matter where I go or what I do after this, I never want to have to build this or solve this problem again. That is not true for literally everyone else at my company. But so I feel like diversity is important.
Diversity, yeah. So were you grudge coding?
Yes, completely grudge coding. I'm exaggerating, but it's not typically my thing. Mm-hmm. But this is something that I passionately believe needs to exist in the world because of the exploding complexity of systems, right? Right. I was talking about this in my keynote. I don't think you were able to make it, but systems are getting so much more complex at not a linear rate, but an exponential rate, for good reasons. The trends for microservices and polyglot persistence and everything you're doing around containers and everything. All these things make you move faster. They make you more nimble. They make it so that more efficient use of resources. But a side effect that people haven't really started to grapple with is the complexity that it generates. And from a product point of view, also, the greatest generators of complexity in the universe, chaos, let's just be frank, are humans. Yeah. And so, the traditional platform or service it's very constrained. You can do a couple of things. You can log in to Amazon, you can buy a thing, right? But increasingly products are being, whether they call themselves platforms or not, that's how they behave. They invite you to be creative with their service, to do things that they came up with that you weren't expecting, and which is awesome. But as that last line of defense engineer who's on call, trying to figure out this long tail of very complicated, unique just trying to reproduce and figure out what happened.
Yeah.
You know, the more complex the service is, the more complex the architecture is, the more the last generation of monitoring and metrics tools just aren't adequate or suitable, or they're good. I'm not saying they're not good, but they need to be supplemented, and that's where we come in.
Awesome. So yeah, we have a system to help us with our systems.
Yeah.
So, what sort of customers should be contacting Honeycomb? Like what are some of the pain points that they're going to realize? You know what? We need some help.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. So Splunk is out there, and they're amazing. Splunk has done a lot of really helpful stuff in this space, but they're very much, a very enterprisey, expensive technology, and we're trying to target the things that Splunk does that nobody else does, without also trying to cover all of the other landscape. You know, there are so many iterations of dashboards out there. Companies that are doing dashboards really, really, really well. Datadog is amazing. SignalFx is amazing. Their genes are from like open source, RD tool. Ganglia, Graphite, Nagios. How do you make a dashboard to give you insight into a facet or an aspect of your system? But you kind of have to know what questions you want to ask in advance, right? You can create a dashboard for the things you can predict will fail. You can create a dashboard for the things that you didn't predict, but you saw them fail. You cannot create infinite dashboards for everything, or if you didn't, it wouldn't be useful. Right? You'd just be scrolling. Firefox is running out of memory, and you're still scrolling, and you're still, with complicated systems, things loop back in. So even when you find a spike, you might not be finding the root cause. You might be finding a symptom. And we're really targeted very narrowly at helping you explore complex systems in real time. We want to encourage exploration, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to go down the wrong path. But it's fast and it's responsive, and you can just slice and dice and arbitrary dimensions in real time to try and figure out if maybe this cause of latency is this one router, or this one instance type in this one availability zone, or it's timing out for customers whose primary shard is here instead of there. Each of these could be 1% of traffic, or 0.1% of traffic, or less than that, but you're hitting an edge case that means it's 100% down for 1% of a million apps. So it's not a big deal. It's never going to summit. It's never going to surface up to your toppable graphs. But that small percent that are hurt by it are really hurt. So there are people who have problems where if they just get ahead of their technical debt, they get ahead of the things that are really broken, they shouldn't be getting paged a lot. That's not who we're going after. We're going after customers who, let's just assume a frictionless ramp and the best engineers in the world. They have automated away every single repeating problem that they can, and they are still needing to investigate a bunch of different unique things every day, because they have a complex system, they have a complex platform, they have a service where they're allowing people to do creative things. That's who we're going after.
Awesome. And if those people are watching, which I'm sure they will be, if they want a demo, or if they want to reach out to someone to just get a taste of the sweet honey from where do they need to go?
They can absolutely contact us. We have a mailing list, we have a Twitter account. We are partnering with our very first alpha customers right now. But it's a sophisticated tool, right? It's not a plug and play and it's immediately obvious, because we're not going after easy problems. We're going after hard problems. So we're trying to rate limit how we let people in. But if you follow us on Twitter, honeycomb.io, or if you sign up for our mailing list, which we've tweeted out, then you can totally get a token and play with it soon. Or send me email, charity@honeycomb.io.
Charity at Honeycomb?
We have a website. There's a contact form. Like if you want to find us, you can find us.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting, especially because we're just witnessing the birth of Honeycomb, and I'm sure that Data Day Austin, if you're going to be there in January 16th.
By then, we'll have an actual product that we can just like let people play around with.
Yeah. And I look forward to seeing that in action. So, Charity, thanks so much for stopping by the table to talk to us.
Totally.
And it's been a blast.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.